Treants and Void Spirits, dude.
You can't
Or Forge
stop
Spirits,
them.
rather. Yeah.
It definitely kept them in it, too, for sure. Like,
Yeah.
the way that they got the racks and everything with the Forge Spirits and the Treants by splitting them up so the ET couldn't sleep them both at the same time.
Yep.
That was pretty
Super
crafty.
smart. Game 3 starts now. Let's jump in as we've got a draft underway. The decider here for our opening series. Again, going the stretch. A lot of Game 3s. Season 2 of South American DPC so far. Remember, we've got 2 more BO3s after this, both of which in the upper bracket, or upper division, rather, I should say. I'm sorry. And a gyro, first man from Incubus. They're like, all right, no more gyrocopter.
Clearly, this was the problem.
A fine starter. Yeah.
It wasn't our fault, guys. It was that super broken gyrocopter hero.
Guys, if Gyro wasn't the best rapier carrier besides Medusa, we would have had that game completely.
I gotta say, I think this is a big mistake, this man. I think this could jeopardize your draft.
We'll see. Now, early game. I want to flash back a little bit. I've been hyping up Dun Yao. He finally got his Mirana. Did he deliver, generally speaking? Because I felt like he did. I felt like his first 10, 15 minutes was phenomenal.
I think so. He, had some good
Trent's
rotations.
not so excited. I know you like him, Bowie. He's Brazilian. You're Brazilian. You're the biased guy here. I want to know what Trent thinks
biased
about
guy
Dun
here.
Yao.
What? I mean, he played well.
He played really
they
well.
They had the setups. Sure. They had, the stun into Lucent Beam, into Arrow, into Sunstrike. They pressed their buttons. It worked out pretty well. I think Moonlight Shadow was really good too for the engage, disengage. But I think the hero stops shining. Right?
So I'm just doing some math here. That's why I'm a little silent there. I was trying to figure out with these bands, what's better to have with this 2-3? Because now they take the Lion, so they're trying to guard against a potential Puck +1. And they've removed the Gyro and the DP. So they still go back for the ET.
I like this.
But what's their pairing that they
Do they
want?
take the Mirana? Is this the pairing? The Sleep Arrow?
Oh, I wouldn't mind that. I think it's pretty good.
The Deny pick?
They could Luna
still
too.
kind of like Puck, to be honest. I like any flex from 3 to 2, and there's not a lot of those. There's like Void Spirit and Puck.
In favor of picking a Puck into a Lion. I love it.
Yeah, I mean, it's Lion,
I love
whatever. Puck still makes you
Lion
sad
sucks.
to pick Spirit.
Welcome to the good side, bud. Position 5 Lion doesn't really counter position 2 Puck as much as you think it does.
Well, I mean, it's one of the better heroes for sure.
Yeah.
In the role, it's just, Puck's still really strong.
Yeah, exactly. I second it.
They are also 10th pick. I could see like a Centaur maybe. It's kind of early, but the heroes looked pretty good.
Mm-hmm. Don't you think of a magic damage hero that synergizes well with the Titan here? If it's
then you
Puck.
also want to pick up on the earlier end too. That's the other part about it that's a little bit weird. Like,
I guess Luna.
that's why Puck just comes to mind.
Oh. Interesting.
Very interesting.
We talked about
this
it.
Might actually be
the second draft, right?
Yeah, I think this is the first Jug pick we've seen. South American DPC so far. He's been banned a number of times, mostly in the second phase. And here's another Noogie Burger, the Alchemist.
So is this going to be the Factory Alch? This is going to be Carry One. I think Alch got super nerfed. I don't like this, especially if it's scary. I think the way the camps were changed in both jungles just make the farming much, much slower.
He's still Alch, though.
He is.
And it could be position 3 Alch.
Yes.
I feel like 3 should be the worst thing, shouldn't it?
I don't think so.
No,
Because you're not
I thought
utilizing
part of the nerfs
farming patterns that much.
You're not utilizing Battle Fury. Which is a big part. And Battle Fury is worse now.
Mm-hmm.
I would think the opposite.
Is different. Well, but at the same time, also Armlet is now better.
I've seen a couple of core
happy
Alchs with Armlet.
Oh. Well, that would be interesting. I mean, doesn't the position 3 where you go for an Ags and maybe you build a Solar Crest and you stop off at the Ags store a second time, then maybe get a Blink Dagger? Like
the fact that the Solar Crest is cheap is kind of nice for that build for sure.
That seems pretty fitting. I don't know.
How does? Oh yeah, with the bounty runes though, you also want to take because there's so many bounty runes now. So you probably want points and
make up
Greevil's
for the
green on the
farming
earlier
pattern?
end.
Maybe not. Yeah, you make a good point.
I just feel like a lot of the pairings that Alchemist used to run with, so like the Monkey King got super nerfed. I don't think that's a possibility. Gyro.
I mean,
Inner's already
could this
taken
be
out.
like an Attune style mid alch with armlet blink smash him?
I mean, could be. It's just
I
I
don't
feel
have
like
last
the-
pick.
I feel like they're probably just gonna Radiance or Battle Fury anyway. Honestly,
5 seconds remaining.
if I had to guess,
Is Radiance back? Now that's a thought.
Radiant
yeah, I think it's a little
team
bit back right now. It seems to be a pretty solid build.
Yeah, and they took the Beastmaster here and the Batrider. I wonder if this is actually going to be mid then, because they're taking a lot of the matchups that could be hard for the Alk if he's going middle.
10 seconds remaining.
Any chance at a Grimstroke here? That could enable the Juggernaut a little bit.
Remaining.
Like
That's a
it.
pairing we've seen. No ult synergy, but just in the lane and whatnot.
It also makes the Outer Titan landing the spells a little easier, because the two targets get
Yeah,
stuck.
that's something. That's true. You leash them together,
Dire team pick.
and they grab Tusk instead. Nice and safe.
five the ET, put the 4 on the Tusk. Yeah.
Yep.
Radiant team pick.
Jug should be able to handle that. And oh wow,
Well, if you guys don't want it,
This is
so
a
that does
really
work.
good Grim. You can get the
Yeah, that
double
does work
concoction.
versus Tusk, because then you also can't snowball if you're leashed.
yeah.
So
Double
if you
concoction, double finger.
you solo soulbind someone, and then if the
10
Tusk blinks in to try and save them, he just instantly gets soulbind and can't save them.
I like it.
5 seconds remaining. Dire team pick.
Shout out to our boy Jin, and shout out to our boy Bowie. His Enigma gets picked up. First Enigma of SA DPC. A lot of first timers here today.
Yeah,
Or
Welcome.
so
Enigma, good hero.
a lot of people
Welcome, new Dota
thought
friends.
that Enigma was nerfed because they made the cooldown
10
on your
seconds
W
remaining.
really high, level 1. But now that Abyssal Blade is trash,
5 seconds.
I actually think that matters more to the overall win rate of Enigma
But
than
Bowie, I can't buy level 1 Necro Book on Enigma anymore.
just buy just get a mech, dude. Mech costs
Just hit
so
black
little mana
holes.
now.
Yeah,
Just hit black holes.
Just get black.
win
holes.
game. All right, you get 2 picks though. Surely you have to address this somehow, right?
How though?
Yeah.
You already have your 2 supports.
3 Venge, Beastmaster's band,
Batrider's End.
Mid Grim, pick something
God.
else. Doom,
Slardar.
really nice RPs.
True.
I really want to see somebody
Chronosphere
try the Venge.
is,
Oh,
uh,
Warlock.
Oh, true.
Well, but then we still have the supports though, right?
Yeah,
that would
mid
have
the
to-
Grim and get your Warlock on.
Double
dude.
fatal bonds. All right, that would actually be pretty. next
Hell
level.
yeah. Hell yeah.
That one's actually
It'd be
pretty
wild,
legit.
but
Hmm.
we don't have many options.
They definitely
I guess
are
why?
feeling this.
God, it's all
They've just
supports,
removed
right.
so much stuff over the years that they cancel it from
Yeah.
the core heroes.
Like Wyvern ult. That's another good one. But again, do we want a core Wyvern? Do we
Core
want?
Silencer.
Ember Spirit.
Okay. Well, Ember's a fine hero. No option against the Enigma hole, but
Interesting.
sure. I like Ember. All things considered, good hero, good space creator for the Alk.
So does this mean it's gonna be an offlane alchemist then?
10 seconds remaining.
Yeah.
I
They
don't know,
actually,
flexibility.
actually left
I
their
don't know.
offlaner both in the first 2 drafts, so maybe this could still be carry
Radiant
Alk.
team ban.
Wow, these are really fast bands for Incubus.
Okay.
Just ditching them instantly.
A lot of physical damage heroes.
Puck still made it all the way through. It's kind of interesting considering they just picked Ember.
Wow, I think Puck is
10
really
seconds
solid for
remaining.
Inverse if this is gonna be mid-ember.
Yeah. I agree.
I wonder if they just forgot about it because it's been banned so often. I feel like they did. At the same time, we also know that SA loves their tiny,
True.
which could have put it as the mid tiny. That 3 pretty nice targets in Grim, Ember, and Lion, especially if it ended up being a 3 Alk.
Yep.
Good offlaners seem like high demand right now. We got a couple of these S tier boys like your Timber, your Centaur, your Tide.
Mars is still in.
Yeah, okay, Mars as well. But if it gets to slim pickings real quick, the S tier is only a handful.
Yeah, and I mean here Mars is not S tier because you have Jug to spin, you have Tusk Snowball. So there's
I
not
was
that many
just thinking
targets.
Doom.
Yeah,
One of
they
the
actually
last
did.
things against Enigma, and they banned it. Wow, that's great. That's
All right, now if you're getting Legion Commander's Shard, you want more range anyway, so you get the Aether Lens, and
Oh
then
God.
10 seconds remaining.
you stop the black hole. Shaboom.
5
I actually
seconds
don't
remaining.
hate Venge. I know we've been talking about it, and people have not been giving it any love in South America, but
I don't think it's gonna happen. People aren't ready.
I don't
We need
either.
Thompson to run it
Yeah.
mid one more time, and then we'll be good.
Yes.
I agree.
Every patch they bring it out once, you know.
I do feel like Venge is getting into that point where like it might be broken, but not enough people are playing it, or like not playing the right way.
Yeah,
Yeah, the hero has issues though. It is still really annoying to try and farm up.
True.
Radiant team
very true.
Oh.
King.
Okay.
All right, so 3
So-
elk.
So this is the other way to deal with Enigma. You can't stop the black hole, but you just come back to life when they don't have hole for a second one. Risky.
I'm not
Risky.
impressed. I am not impressed.
Yeah, this
Not
is...
10
impressed.
seconds remaining.
He
I
doesn't
mean, they've
like
got a
it.
lot.
It's
they have
not
a lot
really
of stuns,
the eggs
Bowie.
you want to rush. Like
5
it's like a
seconds remaining.
7-5 them for Wraith King. It's not like Gyrocopter or Monkey King. I don't think it really matters. The Ember one is
I don't
good.
even think. I don't think he gives eggs though. Well, I mean, I know he will eventually, but I actually think he prioritizes like
I
Solar
see.
Crest and Blink first.
I see.
But yes, you're right. You're kind of hoping for the good eggs when you have this idea. But I think he'll actually put
Fuck.
the eggs on the back burner because of that.
Might be true. Yeah, Puck seems fine.
Like Puck or Storm.
Maybe a DP? Oh no, DP is removed.
You may now
Never mind, I'll
select
go
your
Kunkka.
heroes.
So a great catch for the Ember. Pretty good against Wraith King as well. Now they've got a lot of stuff to follow up from when the Wraith King comes back to life.
They just have a lot of team fight as well. If Miggy and Slaw just like hang around together during the engagements with the aura, that's a lot between the boat as well as the constant tiebringers too.
But a lot of low cooldown stuns on Incubus. Lion, Grimstroke, Wraith King. That's already a pretty good, like just a lot of disable. And then Alk and Ember on top of that. I could see them taking some fights by virtue of pickoff.
All right, I'm gonna be honest here. Inverse, they came at least to me as the underdogs. They had a very rough game 1. They got a better draft game 2. I think this is their best draft so far. And I might be. I know I'm the broken clock that only gets right twice a day, but I was right
Well, you
once
could be,
still.
you know,
I think
first
Inverse might win
series.
this game. I think this is a
Okay.
solid draft.
Okay, Trent.
This would be very
Dissect
disappointing
him.
if they end up losing though. After like the placing of the tier that we kind of had Incubus placed in, felt like
Yeah.
they probably should have taken this 2-0. They probably should have taken this 2-0 after watching the games as well.
Yeah,
definitely.
Once you've watched it. So, I mean, I feel like they're going to clean it up and take it just by simply outskilling and not blowing it in the mid game. So, I don't know. It's their game to lose again, honestly. Like with the skill
Yeah.
they've shown, I feel like they should be able to beat these guys. But you already see it. Inverse Arzet. This guy is an Enigma spammer.
5
Level
wins in a row.
25.
All right. Let's see
Oh,
it. Let's
boy.
see it. That's a lot of Enigma games.
Dude,
All
Enigma
right, the
voice
Dune
lines,
Yao Lion.
They are tilting.
I want to believe. They are tilting. That is true. I want to believe. But let's hand it over to our casters here. Gentlemen, Gary, 1437. What do we got? Some first timers here in this game. Who do we favor?
I mean, I'm grinning ear to ear right now. We've got Enigma against Wraith King, and we know from season 1 I love to ride or die with the king. But inverse, even after a kind of sloppy game 1, game 2, they showed they can stand up and fight. And game 3, I think Bowie's right. This is a damn good draft from them, Theban.
Yeah, it looks good. I think they're lacking a little bit of magic damage though in their draft to help the ET out a little bit. Last game they had this Bat Rider, Gyrocopter, who was able to do some long distance damage as well. This game they gotta rely a little bit on the Enigma. I'm really skeptical on the Enigma, Gary. I really am. 50-second cooldown, level 1 Eidolons. I mean, I guess if you're an offlane Enigma, it's not that bad because you're gonna max out the conversion anyway. But the level 1 is gonna be real rough for you.
It sure is, and against the Grimstroke as well with Stroke of Fate, it can be difficult to keep them alive. We'll see how he fares though. As an interesting move comes through from Incubus, an immediate D-ward, yeah, and holding on to that
Yeah.
bottom rune area.
Very nice spot out there. It's a very sneaky ward as well. So it's gonna get top rune for Radiant, for Dire. This Alchemist, he's gonna be getting an Aghanims for the Ember Spirit first in this game. We're gonna see a lot of Ember gameplay this game. Black Soul. Play through him.
A lot of Ember gameplay, yeah. I think you're right. I mean, who's next? Is it going to be an alchemist who buys multiple ags, or is it going to be kind of one and done, and then buy some aura stat items? What do you think the plan is?
One and done is the best way to go this game. You give it to the Ember, let him do his thing. You know, he's really good, especially against Enigma, actually. You can just ping pong around the fight, slide a fist, break his dagger and such, and then you just start building into the Solar Crest, the utility bot alchemist. Solar Crest Blink Dagger. I think that's the build.
So I was starting to wonder, you know, this Wraith King, this Grimstroke, there's quite a few good Aghanim Scepters out on that dire team.
My goodness, it's a Triline bottom, but that Juggernaut just took so much damage from an Earth Spike on top of the Acid Spray.
Yeah. Yeah, and Slaw's just having to hide in the trees. Flax can't really move forward and do anything either. Already, Dunya and Benjaz getting forced back a little bit. Alchemist puts the Acid Spray down. Another Earth Spike, and Elder Titan dropping low incredibly quickly. They need both of these supports down here to do anything.
Yep, definitely. This is a really powerful lane. Acid Spray plus Earth Spike combo is so much damage. Lion, he starts with boots. He's going to be able to move around the lane very easily, right-click a lot. You can see the Juggernaut, like, he's still being pressured here, even with the Trilane.
He is. They do move forward aggressively again, though, onto the Lion, a squishier target.
Spike in one.
He's under his tower, and a two-man Earth Spike. Flax is gonna die. A one-for-one trade and a Slaw kill as well for Benjaz. They get first blood, but lose both of their supports.
Not worth it, Gary. Not worth it. And now the Lion's just gonna come back with full everything. Get some items for the Alchemist as well. Alchemist level 2.5. He's still alright against the Trilane.
And while that was happening, I was kind of peeking into that top lane. Grimstroke missed one of his pulls. He gets this one going into the large camp now, but Enigma for a good minute was under his tower, just leeching up experience, getting a few last hits, while Burner obviously missing a few CS because that's all happening.
Yeah, Enigma is doing pretty well, honestly, considering he was 2 versus 1, already level 3, has 4 denies. And the nerf is not really going to look like a nerf soon once that demonic conversion is leveled up.
Oh! Sniping out Benjaz.
Okay. Didn't notice that, but Benjaz just taking a fall, it looks like, to the Elder Titan. He's got Boots Windlace on the ET because he got that first blood.
So he is incredibly speedy. And then the one lane that we've...
isn't...
No, he's really not a lumbering beast of an ogre. Mana drain level 2, just going to suck away at the Juggernaut there. And the third lane, that mid one, Kunkka against Ember Spirit. Ember coming out on top. Black Soul, 18-2.
Yeah, it's a very skill-intensive matchup. I've seen Ember, Kunkka, like, go either way, to be honest. But Black Soul, so far we've noticed his laning abilities have been spot on.
Yeah, I remember we had this matchup in Season 1. I remember you saying the exact same thing. And then we had a couple of situations where, like, Kunkka and Ember, both, like, 50 HP, really were towing that line between, you know, insanity and intelligence. Oh, bottom,
like,
Quesadilla. Final touch from Lion. Oh, the Juggernaut spinning back. No way. Oh, maybe with Arzent dying there. Okay, Quesadilla salves. Enigma drops top. Flack's going to have to run back. And that's this level 2 stroke of fate going to work for the top lane Dire team.
Inkswell plus the Wraithfire Blast is not a joke. Lots of damage. Stroke is really good against the Island as well. Can build up a lot of damage there.
They've trapped Burner. Malefice Stun? Yeah, they can't do too much more. And Aretes did get that pull.
Burner is just going to be back up to full soon. And they can just go back on the offensive on this top lane. It's a very potent lane here, the Grim Wraith King.
Absolutely is. We do have a little rotation in towards mid. The Lion has left the Alchemist alone down bottom. Slips in with his Tranquil Boots, trying to maybe catch the Kunkka when he's gone to gather his bounty rune. So the timing not working out there.
Look at a little top lane, lots of battle.
Oh, they're going to get Burner. Inkswell not landing. Oh, it's Eidolons ticking away at him, and they missed a stroke onto the Enigma. Arzent sprints away from the Skelly boys. Aretes, he's going to mango and stroke this again, isn't he? He's going to try and kill this. He turns with the Malefice, the skeletons kill him. Flax With these Eidolons, the tag team, Flax will slow him down. The Fairy Fire is not going to work out for you. And Aretas trading 2 for 1 for that
Bottom
Enigma.
lane too.
Well, bottom lane, the Lion's nearly dead, but they turn onto the Elder Titan. Benjas with that early point of concoction. Just take down the ET.
bloodbath everywhere.
4. Wait, it's 2 kills a minute almost. 4 to 5 at 5 minutes.
I would say though, Inverse did come out ahead on the top lane. Enigma, you know, they got the kill on the Wraith King, and the Tusk got the kill onto the Grim. He's very high level too. Oh,
Bottom.
Dunhal. Oh,
Another kill on Lion.
I don't know why I said Dunhal. His name is Duna. But maybe Dunhal just sounds, you know, pretty cool.
Yeah. You can have multiple nicknames. That's a new one. Gifted by Theban.
Quesadilla got a lot of XP
Aretas top.
on this bot lane.
First rotation of the Kunkka. X-Boat claims the life of the POS 5.
I like that. Miggy getting on the board early in the game, making the first rotation. Black Soul just gonna chill mid, try to play for his XP first. Regen rune, not a rune that you're gonna be rotating with. Plus, he went back to
Bottom.
base, it looks like.
It's non-stop. Spinning through the line. Quesadilla was also toying with death there under the acid spray.
Flax is just everywhere on the map now.
Everyone's
this
everywhere. Everywhere I look, there's Lion, ET, Tusk roaming around. Setting up kill after kill.
He played very well in game number 2 and game number 3. He's off to an amazing start already.
It looks like Slaw's going to get the D ward finally. Get rid of that Lion's vision. And as a
They're going on to
snowball
Benjas.
goes onto Benjas,
yet,
shard and
level
trap
6.
him inside. There's the Omni Slash with the tag
Whoa.
team. So much damage.
Yeah, that's a lot of damage. Crazy good. They keep tipping Benjas. Slaw and Benjas. They got something going on there.
A little bit of back and forth. Right. I've been really begging for time to ask what this Enigma is going to buy item-wise, because at the panel we're talking about, you know, Necro 1 not being available. What's the item choice for Arzen?
I hope he buys items that allow him to stay alive in this game, because it's going to be really hard to get off good black holes, and if you go for the blink BKB route, you're going to be a little squishy. So if you can get like a mech, arcane boost, build into Greaves, maybe even a hood this game, and just stand your ground, you can allow your Kunkka and Jug to play a better game, and then you build into the blink and the BKB.
Yeah, then start focusing on those big team fight ultis.
You just want to become like this immovable wall as an Enigma, I believe, in this game. Instead
like
of
a better
becoming like the
Venomancer.
position 1 role. Yeah. Exactly. Venomancer with the stun.
With a big stun. Mid lane Miggy. Gonna feel the wrath of Aretas. Black Soul. Not gonna go up there. Doesn't have any points in chains, in fact. So a boat onto the Grimstroke thanks to the X mark. And
Flax.
rotation from Flax yet again. Tusk
Yeah.
makes a name for himself.
If there's a kill, you can always expect Flax to be there. He's 4-1-2 already to start this game, Gary.
Well, support Tusk nonetheless. Tranquils nearly has Urn done. And now he gets mid lane to crack level 6 while Kunkka farms through a little bit of that triangle camp. Alchemist down bottom. 2-2-1 on Banjaz. Feels like he's had a worse game than he actually has. It's just been this tri-lane from the Tusk, the ET, the Juggernaut running at him non-stop. Definitely not comfortable for anybody in this game to,
There's a
to
smoke.
farm away.
Guess who it is? On the way with the
Is it
double damage
Flax?
rune.
No, it's Black Soul. There's the DD rune. Stomp. Gets dodged out by
Dodged
the
it.
Remnant. Nicely played.
Slight.
And another slight. He's not even going to waste the mana.
You ain't even worth it, Slaw.
You're not worth my 50
Oh
mana.
my god, that
This
damage!
might be worth it, though. Quesadilla spins out, but still destroyed by the right clicks.
Yeah, the
Double
acid
kill for Black
sprays and the
Souls.
slight DD. Woo.
That's no joke. A return smoke, though. Miggy with Flax. They're moving up towards this Burner Wraith King, who does have that level 1 reincarnation. They'll bring everyone up here, and yes, they've got Black Hole, so X mark into boat. Tried to take his first life without the Black Hole, and then maybe the second one with. But Lion's here ready to pull the trigger with the Hex, and Ember's also arrived. Good Earth Spike there onto Arzen, and he can't get the Black Hole off. So first life of Wraith King does get expended, but no more casualties for them. Maybe with Quesadilla rotating and this Omni Slash ready, will go deep behind the trees. But Black Soul and Dunhat Holding them back with these Earth Spikes and disabling Miggy with tower
Black
aggro
Hole's
on
still
him.
here.
Dangerous for them. Black Soul getting tag teamed. Grimstroke running forward with a slight catch and conquer. They know where he is, but they missed the stroke of fate. Inkswell lands and Miggy down to Benjaz. Tusk
Black Soul's
still
out.
stuck here, but an Omni Slash catches the Lion. Concoction thrown onto Flax under the acid spray, but no follow through. And this Juggernaut, he's just running around the back lines, killing off supports. Gets the Lion, finds the Grimstroke. Quesadilla having a grand old time in the top lane.
Very nice play there from Quesadilla, just to be able to get the 2 support kills. A nice influx of gold for him, and they still got the catapult. They want to try and pressure this up, but Benjas is going to put his body up here with the Chemical Rage. Try to slow this down while his Wraith King is just farming around middle.
Try and soak up that damage, bait them in, but the Black Hole there catching Ember Spirit. The follow through
Yeah,
is
Benjaz
onto
first
the
though.
Alchemist. Benjaz getting killed off first, and Black Soul perfectly happy to soak up that Black Hole. The Lion, Finger of Death,
Oh,
doesn't
raindrop.
get it immediately, but with Black Soul there, they do find that finger stack until the X-Mark drags back the Lion into the spin of the jug. Chain stun him up with that. Snowball, I think he killed off the healing ward in that, so Lion still pretty happy as the Wraith King finds Slaw, another battle in the jungle, and I'm going to have a few seconds to breathe, Theben.
Yep, don't worry, I got this. I mean, at the end of the day, Incubus, I think that's a net loss for them because his Alchemist was not able to just continue to hit creeps with this Grievous Greed, get that Aghanims going, and Black Soul as well. He's just been up there fighting. The only person who was able to farm was a Wraith King, who's inching closer towards his Relic. But the Juggernaut on the other side was fighting, farming, and getting huge amount of experience from these last engagements. He is still above the Wraith King and was able to take the tier 1 tower. So Incubus far behind in terms of map control.
And Jug's courier was dead for like 2 minutes with Perseverance on
yeah.
it. Yeah, so
With
it's
the
going to come out to him.
Exactly.
Yeah, so it'll come out to him now. But a nice little smoke in towards mid, eyeing up Black Soul. He's got a couple of remnants trying to X-Mark, stun him up, dragging him into the torrent. I don't know if that landed quite perfectly enough.
got
I
a
know Will
regen too.
remnant away. Regen popped and off he goes.
Is under attack.
They want Def Mid. They don't want to lose this tier 1 tower. It's way too important. And Black Soul, he's got good resources because he didn't die. He can just come back in here, stop this tower take.
And even kill off the Tusk. Inkswell, Chemical
Snowball.
Rage, force out the Snowball. And now the boat onto Benjaz. Big physical damage with the Walrus Punch, and the boat crashing on his hand as the Earth Spike connects on the ET. But Black Soul and Aretas unable to push the damage forward that they need. And look at Juggernaut's positioning. It was like, I'm going to come in behind them. I'm going to kill them.
Man,
And he will just
Benjaz,
go
he
from the
thought
front.
that the Ink Soul was going to land onto the Tusk and they were going to get a clean kill, but ended up him getting baited and dying.
And now another X-Mark Torrent, Snowball, Chain Stun, so many disables from the Radiant team. I don't necessarily need to expend any ultimates just to get pick-off after pick-off. And 15 to 9 now with a tier 1 mid claimed. The map is completely open to them.
My goodness. And this Juggernaut is just 70 gold, no, 100 gold away from his Battle Fury as well, while fighting. And Alchemist still very far. I mean, I say very far, but he's got level 3 Grievous Greed and 1,400 gold away from Aghanims. He just needs like 2 minutes of farming, and he can give that to the Ember Spirit.
It's kind of very far if he doesn't get... It's kind of, the space and time conundrum. He needs space
Yeah,
and time to actually farm it up.
exactly. He's got to stop fighting, essentially. Because he's not utilizing this Grievous Greed. Like, when you go into these battles, these 3 points in Grievous Greed just makes you feel like a level 6 hero.
Yeah, it feels pretty lackluster. And they also
That's no
did...
impact.
They did see that Wraith King up in the top jungle, and they've got a pretty good idea, how close he is to that relic. The fact he's got Bracer phase boots, he's probably around that point.
He's getting
couldn't-
kicked out of his own jungle. He has to
Exactly.
just walk all the way around. And mind you, he has not been able to fight. Like, he does not have that fighting potential that Juggernaut has.
Yeah, I mean, Juggernaut right now is 1v1ing the Ember Spirit. It's an interesting battle. Force out the Healing Ward.
Lord. Oh
Spirit
boy.
takes it.
Quesadilla. What's the
He
plan,
needs to
buddy?
spin TP.
Just get out. Can't really Omni the Ember. He can just Remnant and then come back in and try to kill you. Quesadilla went mid too. He ain't done farming.
Yeah, I'm thinking about the movement of the Wraith King. And you literally went from top jungle to bottom jungle to top jungle, kind of killing off maybe 2 camps instead of the 6, 7 that he should be clearing through.
Miggy mid.
And they're going to catch out the Grimstroke. Lion looking to pick off the Juggernaut, though, and gets the kill on him. Tuna takes out Quesadilla, while Aretes, he was there as moral support.
Huge pick off from the Lion there. To just get the finger on the jug. Like, he was aiming for that jug the whole time with the smoke running towards him. It's so important he got that. He's almost at Blink Dagger. Just 300 gold away.
That's pretty huge. And Alchemist, Aghanim's is 400 away.
Yeah,
So they are looking to
closer now.
close in on those item timings.
The Radiance, the Blink Dagger on Lion, and the Aghanims, they're all going to come out around the same time, and then it's smoke time. Time to battle.
It's still scary going into this mech black hole enigma, though. Wherever Arzen is,
Yeah.
he is a threat.
But you just got to trust that your timing is just stronger at that point, and hope that Inverse are still waiting to buy some of their items. Actually, Inverse did hit their timings a little bit faster. They got the Vessel up on the Kunkka, like you said, the Enigma with the mech. Jugger Battlefury gonna farm up. He's gonna have his Yasha real soon.
And yet again, they dump that Wraith King out of the jungle as Aghanim Scepter is handed over to the Ember Spirit, and they're ready to fight. Onto the Tusk we go. Yeah, Soulbind there, catching the Kunkka in the back too, with the Wraithfire Blast flying. Chain stunning into them. The Earth Splitter forces the dive back a little bit as the Earth
mech,
Spike
though.
holds back the Radiant. And they do have that heal from the mech, you're right, as Wraith King walks into the middle of them all. He's only got Relic, no Radiance,
Healing
but
ward
still
too now.
choosing to fight with level 1 Reincarnation. The Black Hole thrown onto Burner. Burner disappears! They got a huge stun for the concoction of the Earth Spike, but Black Soul's got to turn tail back to his tier 2. Retreat time now from the Dire Squad, because the Radiant are ready just to run straight over you. Ember Spirit being spun down, he's got no
There's no more
remnants, he's got
remnants.
slight, he's got chains, but he's really struggling to escape. Slipping away through the tree line, E.T., Jug, and the Enigma giving chase still, and finally a Remnant to get back to high ground.
Whew, they took the fight without the Radiance on the Wraith King, Gary. He was like 200 gold from it. And that's
And level 1 ulti.
really heartbreaking to see. Yep. Now it's on cooldown, the Reincarnation, even if he does have a Radiance, so he's not going to want to fight for the next 2.5 minutes. So that's a huge problem for them.
You can see the danger and threat that Ember poses, though, right? Like 4,500
Yes.
damage by the Ember, around, 3.8, close to 4k by the Kunkka.
Yeah, and that was only the level 1 Remnant here. Like, he hasn't skilled it up yet. Now he's got it. That's double the damage on the Remnant. So it's online.
Does he buy a shard for himself soon? Like finish off the Maelstrom and buy a shard at 20 minutes? So it feels like shard and scepter for Ember Spirit go hand in hand very nicely.
Yeah, you get the Replenish, which is kind of cool. A little bit of damage.
Mid lane, Snowball and the boat. And collapse onto Aretes. It is just a little support kill there, but it's still threatening this Incubus side and forcing them to group up together instead of, pushing out the side lanes, which Ember would love to be bottom lane, top lane, pushing out waves, but they're forced to fight at their triangle to defend their own base. And that ET stomp with the Axmark Torrent, chain stuns galore onto the Alchemist, obliterated inside his own triangle. They breached the high ground and they're ready and waiting for them as Inverse.
This is the Alchemist, like, he is not buying the space right now, especially with the Wraith King having to get his Radiance, or farm his Radiance and wait for the Reincarnation. The Alch doesn't have access to the easy farm. When you get the Alchemist Ags and you feed it to your hero, you need that hero to be playing aggressively, constantly playing in the enemy space, and providing some space for your Alch so you can farm his next items. Well, what's going on right now is Inverse is the one who's playing aggressively, taking away these ancient camps, these other neutrals, and forcing Incubus to actually fight.
They just have to keep meeting them and matching them over and over again.
It's a very tough game for Incubus right now, Gary. Like, really, really tough. Like, Ember, he does have the Ags, but he doesn't really have the backup of any other hero until the Reincarnation is back up. I think Inverse, this is a completely different team from Season 1. That's what I know. I don't know if it's because they got a different carry player in Quesadilla. He's got a different kind of mindset, which I probably think it is. But these guys are playing very well right now.
Mate, it feels like a different team to game 1 of this series. No, never mind from season 1.
Well, to be fair though, game 1, their draft was like trash. That was like a
Fair enough.
95-5 level draft. So
Well, we are ready to get back
game-
underway.
it's looking good.
Yeah,
I like it. Enigma also got the Guardian Greaves complete. Gonna be able to remove the chains, help the team tank up. We saw in the last fight, the Ember went in, he dropped like triple remnants, tried to do some damage. One mech came out, and that just mitigated a lot of the damage that he dealt. And then the healing word came out. There's a lot of healing on the side of Inverse.
So as the Dire
Roll
team,
shift too.
do you want to try and fight around these tier 2s, or do you think Ember Spirit should be playing like across the river behind creep waves, cutting them a little bit?
I don't know. He's got to cut creep waves. He's got to play with the lion, I think. Like he's doing right now.
Like this.
Hex.
Chip away a little bit of the Juggernaut.
Finger.
There's the
Nope,
Greaves, though.
out.
And they get the tier 2.
They're
Now
not even gonna
Lion.
try.
He's stuck in the trees. There's no escaping for this
Yeah.
spin from Jug.
I think
It's a
Black
little
Soul
dangerous
was
for
very
Quesadilla
afraid
going
of the
high
Black
ground.
Hole.
All the shards from Flax. And yeah, you're right. Black Hole, 20 seconds cooldown. Still a spooky proposition for them.
Radiant's top tower is
He had no idea if it's already up or not, so he didn't commit with the Fire Remnants going on the Juggernaut. If he knew that the Black Hole was still on cooldown, I think they would have tried to go for the kill on the Jug, even if there was a Greaves up.
They need
Yeah,
Eternal
go
Envy
ET.
to be taking down all those ulti timings. Yeah, ET caught out. Ember Spirit just jumps halfway across the map to find Slaw. Kunkka wants to try and toy with Burner's Wraith King, but doesn't
Got
really have the
Reincarnation.
backup to do so.
Radiant's top tower is under
And now we
attack.
start to get into this point where everyone's scrapping around the Roche pit and around this top jungle area. It feels so
This
good
is
as the Radiant. Like once you've cleared through bottom tier 1, tier 2, there's no mid tier 1. You literally
Lion?
just have to play top lane. Lion snowballed upon Flax straight onto his head, punching him, the concoction landing, but the spin from Juggernaut. Slicing through Dunya as they've got the Midnight Pulse, but where's the Black Hole? It should be coming soon. He's been embraced up by the Phantom and they've lost Flax. Arzent doesn't want to be spending a Black Hole just yet as there aren't any targets offering themselves up. Splitter with the Omni Slash jumping through onto Benjaz and Burner spinning into that Wraith King with no reincarnation. Quesadilla's got his number. Chasing Black Soul now, he's got remnants. There is absolutely no way you get him without a blink Black Hole. But getting that Wraith King is a huge boon for Inverse, and a tier 2 tower here is going to unlock this mid lane, potentially allow him to go Roshan.
Yep, that reincarnation also on cooldown. That means when Incubus Burner is alive, he's still not gonna want to fight. We have not seen any impact from this Wraith King yet, Gary, and that's a huge problem. And if you see his counterpart, the Juggernaut, he's 7-2-6, constantly in front of the team fights. These Omni Slashes have been doing so much work. When the Wraith King came back alive, Alchemist tried to tank the damage, and then he realized, hold on, this Jug is a Battle Fury.
Yeah.
I'm gonna die too if I tank this with you. Just had to let him go.
And it seems like Quesadilla's job so far has been to find the Lion, spin the Lion, make sure his life is a living hell,
Is under attack.
and don't let him zap anyone down. Don't let him catch the Enigma. And they are just claiming building after building. Every single outer tower now destroyed by Inverse.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
And this is what we kind of wanted Incubus to be doing when they got this Aghanims on the Ember Spirit. He's cutting waves, he's applying a bit of pressure to one of the lanes at least, and maybe you force the hand as a snowball. And a tag team from Tusk looks like he might just be able to solo kill the Grimstroke. With the help of ET Kunkka and the rest of his squad arriving, they'll definitely bring down Oretes.
Got rid of the Ruin too. Yeah, like you said, you need this. You need a Black Soul to split push a little bit with his Fire Spirits. He just picked up a shard as well. And then when you see one of the supports like the ET or the Tusk, you want to TP in, get the Inkswell from the Grim, zap on in, kill the support, make the map 4 versus 5, and then play off that.
Scanning.
But it sort of just felt like they keep entertaining this Kunkka and the Juggernaut, and those heroes are just way too tanky, especially with the Bolt buff and the Guardian Greaves
Radiant are
helping them out.
scanning.
Yeah, and then Healing Ward allows them to reset and go round 2 very nicely, which is a pretty good tool. Pretty good tool against Wraith King. No,
Definitely.
a hero that's definitely kind of the king of multi-cycle team fights. You use all your ultis, you go on him, he pops back up again. Healing Ward allows them to just keep on brawling.
Still looking for the time when Burna is going to be able to do something in these engagements. Maybe he has to wait till level 18, possibly. Don't know.
Yeah, maybe.
But one thing I will say though, Gary, this item set from Burna is badass.
Well, the cosmetics.
Yeah.
Oh, Flax onto Black Soul. What's happening top lane? Tusk and Ember Spirit. Go on, battle around that tier 2. Snowball.
Wait, why does Tusk have an Aegis?
That's a very good question, hey? I genuinely didn't even notice. What? I thought...
I didn't notice either. I saw them doing Roshan, and then
Yeah?
I'm like, yeah, Juggernaut's gonna pick this up, and then Tusk
Same.
got it.
Well, I'm glad I'm not the only one that did that. Well, sometimes we assume things. Burner boated. Still has that level 2 reincarnation. He's going to lose it pretty quickly as the Earth Splitter angled Wonderfleet to cut him off at the pass. I'm not sure because he's been soulbound, hexed up, 2-man finger, but they heal from the Greaves, and this healing ward just keep them all so healthy, slicing through the Lion now. And high ground push available for them.
Yeah,
But they would
the way this
probably
game's
wish
going,
they had Juggernaut Aegis right now.
yeah, I think so too. But they're okay to just keep hunting. Oh no, Burna's dead.
Oh, dearie me.
He's been caught. He's
And
going
the
bottom without
tips.
reincarnation. Oh shoot.
And without buyback.
You know what, Gary? This must be so demoralizing for Incubus. Like losing game 2 the way that they lost, and then being in this position now, it just feels like they're not playing Dota anymore. Their mind is just somewhere else. Like, I've been in this position before, and I'm in the base as a support, and I'm thinking to myself, you know, reevaluating my life, what's going on, what to do next, and it's just so depressing.
Yeah, because in your head you're thinking, I just want to press buttons. I just want to cast my spells, win a team fight, kill some heroes. But now you're stuck in your base and you're stuck in a pause, and it just gets even worse.
Yeah, and you're playing against a team that you believe to be inferior to you. And that's the worst part. And you're just like, guys, we were supposed to stomp these guys like we did in game 1. What's going on? You know?
How's it even happening? Inverse
Yeah,
definitely
imagine
playing
the
up.
Alchemist. What if you're the Alchemist in this game, Gary? You gave this Aghanims to your Ember, and now you're just AFK in your base, chilling. Less net worth than your position 4 with a Solar Crest. Dying.
Yeah. Buying an Aghanim Shard, so you've got another spell to put on your allies.
Oh man, feels bad if you're in Incubus shoes.
You kind of bunker down in their base. So you start.
At the end of the day, it feels like Incubus just got a little too greedy, right, with the draft. Like Lion needs Dagger. Alchemist needs to farm so he can give an Axe to his teammate. Wraith King needs to farm so he can get a Radiance. You don't really got any Space Makers. They put everything on Black Soul, but Black Soul on his own can't accomplish all those things.
That's true. Like we talk a lot about kind of synchronizing item timings. And sometimes it's just impossible to synchronize them if you can't actually break out the laning stage with any kind of lead. So now you're staring down the barrel of, Kunkka with BKB Spirit Vessel. He's got 2,500 health, pretty much unkillable. Wait, does ET have Ags or is he close to Ags? I think he's close to it, like 100. Sorry, not 100. 1,000 or so away from it.
Yeah. When you see Alchemist position 3 being played, normally your carry hero is like a Monkey King or a Gyrocopter, right? Someone who can benefit from the Axe, but also those 2 heroes can fight early on.
Oh boy.
They could just go in and make space for you, do a lot of damage. Or even Juggernaut, for example. You play Alchemist with Juggernaut. You give him the Axe and he just runs around and quick slashing people. He's got a Battle Fury plus Axe at 13 minutes into the game. That's insane. But they don't have that this game. You give Axe to Wraith King, what is he gonna do? Nothing.
Pretty much nothing, yeah. Doesn't really accomplish a whole lot. So now it's down to Black Soul, just to try and keep these waves away from the base. Don't let the Radiant go high ground. Think about next Roshan as your big ticket back into this game, because that is something the Radiant have kind of handed to them. Aratus, caught up inside the Midnight Pulse. Stunned down by the Malefice. And Slaw's there. Yet again, just to try and close him out. Oh, a few more punches.
Oh,
He's survived.
Cleave.
Oh, there's the big old Tidebringer cleave. He knew.
Dude, it's got an Orchid on Kunkka. What? He's
Of course he does.
farmed in the Ember that got pulled in Aghanims, Gary. technically he's 4,000 gold ahead of the Ember in this game.
Well, that's a good point. Ember Spirit is like 9,000 net worth, technically, isn't he?
Yeah.
Jeez.
Holy smokes.
And this is a game in which, let's just go back to it for a second. Tusk was given the Aegis.
Yep. Yep.
Let us fight.
And we're going to be looking at BKB on Enigma soon. He's got his Blink, he's got his Greaves. And one black hole could potentially just secure the victory here because nobody in this game's got buyback. Grimstroke, he ticks up. Lion has it in 30 gold.
They got some combos there, you know, the Soulbind into Hex into an Unstable Concoction plus Wraithfire Blast, but they gotta get it perfect. They gotta get it timed. They also gotta go on the Enigma so he doesn't pop the Greaves and just heal his allies. Plus they gotta go on the Kunkka so he doesn't drop the Ghost Ship and reduce the damage output, because if you're not killing people during the Soulbind, you're never gonna be able to kill them.
Plus the Healing Ward is there. Plus the Snowball save is there. Like, there's so many ways around, isn't there?
At this point, yeah. You need to be a little bit more competitive than the position that Incubus is in right now to play against all these saves. And the ET Stomp, right? You're like going in. Now ET has like perfect chance to Spirit Stomp combo because you're funneling into like a few targets.
You're like dogpiling on them, right?
Yeah.
All grouping up. Arzen clears out that top creep wave and then swings out to where the Ember Spirit had been pushing. It looks like the rest of the squad here in
I
that
think they're
dire
ready
triangle.
to do something on Incubus. They notice the Enigma top now with the Eidolons, and they're gonna smoke all the way down to bottom. If they can get Quesadilla here with the Blink Hex.
There's the catch. Ember, Remnant
Follow-up
forward.
stun. Oh no, follow-up stun.
In comes the ET Splitter with a stomp though. Quesadilla spins them down and that is a bloody disaster. Incubus, oh, it's all gone wrong. The game's gone tits up for the Dire Squad and I think it might just be absolutely over. Slaw's got the stomp onto Aretes. High ground push is coming. Black Soul is going to be the lone survivor to TP home. Grimstroke, he's putting up a good battle here, but the final snowball and Fish Punch kills off the Grim.
The Sanjin Yasha status assist against the Lion, Hex stun. The Alchemist and the Wraith King could not get close enough to chain it up to get the kill onto the Juggernaut. He gets a Blade Fury off. And earlier, before this game started, I said they're lacking a little bit of magic damage. I completely did not account for the Blade Fury, plus the Aghanim Shard, and then the level 20 talent on Juggernaut with a plus 160 Blade Fury DPS. That and the ET Spear combo just
Huge!
shredded. That's how they all died.
Yeah, I saw that ET Spirit come in and I thought, okay, Jug's gonna be saved. In my head I was thinking, right, they'll stomp and they'll reset and they'll run away. And then when he spun and Lion went from like 100 to 20% HP in about a second, oh, you knew it was a wrong one.
That's exactly
Lane
what it
gone
was.
mid.
He's always ready for a fight.
What's the Roshan timer like? Minute and a half until fast spawn. But that was meant to be a decisive move by Incubus, right? It's 5 versus 1. You don't even get a single kill. You lose everyone but your Ember Spirit. What's next?
That was
Go
your
again?
That was your 1% chance to get back into the game, essentially. And now, after that last fight, not only did you lose a Rax, the Juggernaut is making his way towards his next item already. Scotty now finishing his BKB, Gary. My god, he's gonna be doubling up on this Wraith King. He's getting really close.
Yeah, you're not wrong. 20,000 net worth.
Yeah. Quesadilla is playing like a boss in this game. I think game 2 has given Inverse a hell of a lot of confidence. Because the way they're playing, even in game 2, when they came back, they weren't really playing like this, right? They slowly crawled their way back into the game, making small, good plays little by little. And then they realized after they won, hey, we can outplay these guys. And
Yeah, I
the
mean, they're
hot
being-
shit that we thought they are.
Definitely being very creative. You know, with the smokes, with the ways that they... I think one of the big things is the way that they kind of set up on high grounds as well. Just very patient with some of their supports. Tusk and Elder Titan here, Flax with Slaw, very good at being in position, aggressively ready and waiting for enemies to slip up. And that just enables your cause
Lion.
so very nicely. There's Lion. He's going to get stunned up and caught up by the Eidolons. Force, Blink, TP.
Space. Hashtag space.
Guys, look! I dragged the Enigma all the way down here. Please go and do something.
He didn't want to
Nope.
drop the
Two-
black hole on the lion.
Two
Oh,
heroes are literally
someone's
sitting mid in the
arcade
base
top.
of the top lane. There's the jump on to the Ember Spirit. He has no BKB yet, so he's just destroyed. And they smoke out of mid. Lion, Alk with the Grimstroke behind the Wraith King. Oh, Arzen. It's like Jaws. He's got a BKB, he's got a blink, he's got a stun. And Midnight Pulse, but no black hole. Oh, is he going to throw it here? Nope,
They're out.
never mind.
Nah, he's not gonna do it. He's too far away. Not gonna waste a black hole. It's just one BKB usage. He's all right with that. See, Arzen, the thing about him is he's not afraid to use his BKB as a core, Gary. He ain't greedy.
We had some problems with that yesterday.
He's just chilling. We have problems with that every day, Gary. Not just yesterday. Every day. I'm telling you, sometime today, we have 3 series, right? This is just the first one. Someone, a core is not going to click BKB when they should. They're going to die, and they're going to cost their team the game. It's going to happen. It's like the Dota 2 bingo.
Inevitable.
It's
Radiant
Second Roshan for them. And no way the Dire team can get anywhere near the pit. They literally just have to wait for this Radiant squad to push up high ground. So what is it? Aegis Cheese. But who gets the shard?
Roshan has fallen to the Radiant.
Jug has one already. Tidal Wave is a bit garbage. Tusk.
Yep.
Frozen Sigil is pretty nice.
Enigma? Enigma shard? Give it to Enigma.
Oh,
yeah,
oh, yeah.
boy.
Oh, sorry,
The free
yeah.
shard. Suck him in.
Of course, you're
Suck
right.
him into the black hole. I like it.
How could I forget? Straight up to high ground. Juggernaut with Aegis and a BKB. Good luck taking out Quesadilla in any shape or manner as he just spins into Burner Burner.
Okay.
That's meant to be
Very
your
good, Wraith
position
King.
1 Wraith King. He's dead. 4 staffed away
He's
from the
on
Earth,
me.
but the Soulbinds there onto the Kunkka and the Enigma, but they've already lost their Wraith King. Double kill for Quesadilla now, slicing through them with a big old
Back on Wraith
cleaves and
King.
killing off the Alchemist. A triple kill for Quesadilla, still holding onto the Aegis of the Immortal. And he'll spin back to safety too as Ember getting stunned up, remnanting forward, slices Slaw.
Dire's top tower is
2
under
buybacks out of the Dire team though.
We gotta reset a little bit. Enigma BKB is on cooldown. He does have the black hole ready. He would love to black hole this Wraith King, but there's plenty of stuns on the side of Incubus. So you're just gonna have to chill a bit. Just play
Jump
off the
punch.
other spells first.
He has Reincarnation ready, it comes off cooldown just about in time. And they do pop the BKB on Kunkka now as a good Earth Spike, catching Quesadilla, but they're just lacking damage. Ember Spirit is struggling to get into the fight, and Dunha, he's focused down by the Kunkka. Spirit Vessel, final touch, the Finger of Death does a
Enigma.
little bit of damage there and allows the Enigma to clear through, or the Ember to clear through the Enigma. And they've not actually taken down the tier 3, so these buybacks have held on to the Dire base for now. Aegis still in hand for Quesadilla. Reincarnation in 10 seconds for Burner Burner, and they're going to bring down the Juggernaut at least once. Where's the boat? It's off cooldown, and a snowball back up onto the Ember Spirit.
Time to get out.
Oh, Tusk blinks back away. Down we go with the Walrus Punch, sancing onto the Ember Spirit now on the 2-man torrent. Lion jumps in, but the boat
around.
perfectly placed. They need to finish them off, and the Ember Spirit is slain by the big old hit from Kunkka. Wraith King with Reincarnation, but surrounded by 4 Radiant heroes. No escape from this inevitable death, and Burner Burner. Down you go.
So good. The turnaround with the ET just respawning, coming in with the Astral Spirit into the Echo Stomp. Incubus felt like, oh, hey, we can catch this Juggernaut without the Blade Fury, but nope. They got each other's back. Wow, what a game. What a series. Oh my god, I can't believe it.
2-1. Yeah, no black hole. Yeah, I mean, did he use black hole once?
Did he? Yeah, he used it on the Ember, right? I think one time he used it on the Ember. I don't even know. This game
It definitely
didn't even
did.
feel like he needed to use it. So
Exactly. That's where I was going.
man, I gotta give huge props to Inverse, but especially Quesadilla. Like this man, he played so well.